Hello, everybody. This is Boxing Bros UK, and here's Chris. This is my co-host Andrew, the Boxing Brain.
Hello, hello. Here we are again.
Today's topic is Nick Ball versus Ronnie Rios. The fight that happened last night. Yeah, it was. Andrew, your prediction was absolutely bang on the money. Late stoppage. I was wrong.
Spot
on. Spot on. Exactly. That's exactly how it went. But like I said, this is what we both said. This Ronnie Rios, you could tell he really wanted that belt. You could see it, man. That guy, the warrior.
Already had my respect.
He gave everything he had in that fight. Everything. He got knocked down twice. It was taking it on the chin, and when you thought he was hurt. That's when he was looking at his most dangerous, because then Nick Ball was getting a bit complacent, standing in the pocket with him, thinking he can hit him at will, and then he was getting tagged himself.
Like a wounded animal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, what were your thoughts? Thoughts anyway on the fight?
Yeah. I mean, it played out. I mean, look, don't always get the predictions right. I mean, you weren't far off either, to be fair. You don't always get it. You just, sometimes you never know. It's sort of on the night, but we both felt this was going to be a tear up. I mean, Ronnie Rios, they both met in the centre of the ring, and at first, Ronnie Rios come out sort of bouncing up and down, pinging his jab out. I thought he looks quite sharp. He's come out. He looked really kind of on it, and but I thought Nick Ball, because we said, didn't we, about who establishes their jab, but with conviction. And Nick Ball, maybe I don't know if I maybe didn't realise it in his other fights, but he's got a really good jab, got a strong jab, and he can actually, he can establish a bit of range as well, like setting out behind the jab, coming in, and he's just, I think Wrecking Ball's a really good alias for him, because he's just a little Mike Tyson, little Pitbull Cruz. He looks quite sweet in his. I always look at him, Chris, right? It's a bit of a weird thing to say, but he looks quite a sweet little kid, doesn't he? But fucking hell,
it looks like a 12-year-old, cute little kid, but
he's
so tiny.
He punches with bad intentions and just goes out to knock the other guy's head off and doesn't stop. He got a great engine. Was taking a few shots himself. I think, like you said in a text to me, he don't mind taking one to give a couple back.
That's because obviously it's boxing. You're gonna get punched. That's the only thing I didn't like. I thought, when he was getting hit, when he was having his way and he was taking a breather, he was standing there and he weren't covering up. And Rios, bang, every now and again he'd pop him with a jab, or he'd unload to the body, and he was taking some but blocking some, but he wasn't but I know Nick Ball's better than that, because he was winning, and maybe they weren't really hurting that much, so he thought, right, as soon as he stops hitting me, I'm having a rest, I'm going to go at him, and he did. So he was always in control of the fight. So maybe when he fights higher opposition, I'll probably say most definitely he won't be doing that, because I didn't like that. I kept saying, why are you standing there? Just take a little step back. You don't need to get hit by them. But then when I'd say that, then he'd rush at him. And there's one thing I did like so good that he was doing. So, like you say, he had a good jab. And when he landed his jab, he was so quick, his reflexes to throw the right hand. You noticed, if he landed the jab, he'd throw it on the second, he'd double it up and throw a 1-2. And he caught him with that 1-2. And then he was more combinations, throwing uppercuts in there. It was really, really good. I love his 1-2s. Yeah,
he must be horrible to fight against, because
he's got the quick speed.
I know in the smaller weights, right? The smaller weights you can, obviously, in the heavier weights, obviously, the heavyweights and cruiserweights, they need to take a bit of time out sometimes. But he just does not take his foot off the gas, does he? Hardly at all. Yeah, even when he's hurt a little bit.
And his head movement was sublime. Like when he was attacking, obviously not all the time because he did stand there sometimes and just cover up. But it's a boxing match, taking a breather, and this guy was unloaded on him. But most of the time, when he was offensive, it was like that Mike Tyson style, slipping. As soon as mid-range jab, then double jab, bang, right hand uppercut. Like he was hot on it, and his combinations were really, really good. He was smacking Ronnie Rios all around the ring. And I just want to say big respect to Ronnie Rios. Really big respect. Like, he gave everything he had. Got him twice. I only gave him one round, but it's not the tail of the fight because he didn't have him hurt, but he nearly did. Like, it was a load into the body. He slowed him down at times. Like, he gave him something to think about before he came rushing in. And it was a really good fight. I enjoyed it. To be fair, it was a good little fight.
As you say, I want to kind of mirror those sentiments because, and it kind of I said this, a similar thing in the preview, didn't I? And I felt like he would be really game because at 34, been at world level, not like as we said, he's just kind of come short. And I thought he was going to give that one last hurrah, but just going to kind of leave everything in the ring, knowing that this was probably, maybe he felt, I'm not sure I can do too many more camps. I don't know, whatever. But to me, it looked like a guy, and look, always kind of shown heart and durability anyway from some of the fights I've seen. But almost looked like a guy that was like, I'm just going to go for it. And no matter what happens, I'm going to show heart and will leave it all in there. Yeah. And his corner had to save him in the end because I think he was gonna die on that shield. And any guy that does that at any weight level, for me, that steps in the ring and does that, has my respect because I'm not sure I could do it if I'm honest with you. No. So fair fucking
like to me,
he was taking some artillery, Chris, wasn't he? Fucking hell!
Like the whiskers on that kid, mate. Like, I remember, I think there was one stage where he hit him with an uppercut like 3 times in a row, like poof, poof. And and he was just stood there, and then he'd cover up, and then he'd be like bang bang, trying to hit him to the body, and you can tell he gave everything because Nick Ball's got a underrated defense. Like, he tucks up very, very well. He's always moving laterally, like that, so it's hard to catch him clean. So he was hitting him on the elbows, hitting him on the hips, swiping it. Like he was just like you say, I'm going for it. I'm just gonna fucking try and outwork you, try and break. And he was trying to break Nick Ball down. He did slow him down a little bit, but it's not enough.
Maybe just didn't. You said about when he was obviously taking one, and you obviously steps up the levels. I don't know, and a new fight down the line, people chucking that out there and all the rest. We'll get into what's next, but you're not going to be someone who can. It didn't look to me like he was obviously respecting Rios's power that much. So psychologically, he was probably like, I can have a bit of this. So
let's do it. And this is why Nick Ball's like one of the exciting fighters at featherweight. What's next?
Yeah. Well,
what's next?
I know. I think Stephen Fulton's is mandatory for the WBA. So if he can get around that, I don't mind that fight. But if he can get around that, I don't know. What do you reckon, Chris? An Espinoza, the WBO belt, on unify. So
for me, the Vargas rematch.
I can't believe I didn't mention that. Yes.
Like, that's the only fight to make. And I think, do it in America. Do it in America, or do it on one of the Saudi shops. In fact, probably do it in Saudi, so it's on neutral ground. Make it like a chief support. Obviously, it's unification. The controversy with the first fight, I think it'll be a really, really, really big fight on a big stage. Like, I'd love to see that, and I fancy Nick Ball for the win because when you become a champion.
Vargas has got some PTSD from that first fight, mate. He's still living that in his head. I'm telling you, he goes to bed at night right? Still thinking of that.
That's what I mean. Get your turkey out street, get your money out, and let's sponsor this fight because Nick Ball's always in good fight, and I just think that that's the only fight really. If not, I want to see him in a unification. Obviously, unification fights take precedent over mandatories, don't they?
Yeah, do tend to. So yeah, because otherwise, right? If he does have to fight Fulton, Fulton's a tricky operator, a good operator, a good technician. He could easily lose that fight on points or something like that. I don't see Fulton stopping Nick. People may disagree. I don't know, but then it's kind of like how boxing works. Then it's like, oh fuck's sake, it upset the apple cart, as
the
it
apple
were.
cart.
But Vargas.
Unification. Espinosa.
He's got the WBC strap, hasn't he? Vargas is WBC strap.
Vargas has got WBC. There's Espinosa, I think WBO maybe. And then there's another guy. I can't remember what he's called.
Angelo Leo, I think.
Angelo Leo, yeah. So he's got the IBF. One of them guys.
Would be nice, wouldn't it? The green belt would be nice. Always not. I know we don't like Suleiman, but I don't know. I like that green belt. It's saying about it.
It's because it's the oldest belt. It's got Muhammad Ali on it. You know what I mean? And Tyson, it's an iconic belt. And obviously, I looked at the Ring Magazine rankings.
Yeah,
I think if he wins the unification, I think they should put the Ring Magazine belt on the line. I do. If he has a unification with anyone, if it's Vargas, definitely they should give him the Ring Magazine belt. Because I've seen that's vacant, and like Lee Wood's still in their rankings at number one.
Yeah,
and he's not even a champion.
That's a different conversation. I want to see Lee Wood in the ring. He's another exciting British fighter.
I love Lee Wood. I was thinking, I'd love to see Lee Wood.
A little bit, but yeah,
I would like to see Lee Wood and Nick Ball in the showdown. If Lee Wood can get himself a title again, that'll be a great fight in England as well.
Mate, that's a big fight. That's a good shout. That's a real because we love those big British domestic dust ups, don't we? I love that. I love all that. Because the crowd getting into it.
They could sell out a stadium. Like I think Nick Ball, he wants to sell out Anfield. But the only thing is, he's an exciting fighter in the ring. But I think he needs to market himself because he's not a big talker. He's just all about business. So I don't know. I think but he's not really a talker. He's not really good at self-promoting. He's kind of just like, I won a unification, like, fuck you, see you later kind of thing. Like, I'm not going to sit here. Yeah, like Dubois, I'm not going to sit here going, I want to fight this guy, I want to fit like this guy, I'm the best. He's not really humble. And it's fair enough.
Which is fine, isn't it? Like, I don't mind that enough because he wants to concentrate on his business, but then the promotion around him or the management around him, I know he's obviously managed by, he's at Queensbury, isn't he? But that needs to be absolutely top notch to get that profile raised. And he is developing a profile, but like we alluded to in the preview, Chris, you touched on this a couple of times. In and around YouTube, no one really talking about it. This is what should be a unified champion, WBA champion, in a fighting against a live. No one's really kind of discussed it. It was sort of should be bigger,
and it
should be big,
and it was a good fight. That's the thing, and I knew it, and everyone knew it was going to be a good fight. I think probably more people watched it in America than in the UK, which is quite sad. Like I don't even. And then, like shout out to Last Bell Boxing. They said that like ticket sales weren't even going that great. I think they comped a load towards the end to fill out the arena.
Oh yeah. Bit of a strange one, really, to be honest. But,
but it's because, like, for me personally, I don't think boxers need to run around shouting them out acting like lunatics like Tyson Fury, doing all that shit. But I like the boxing. But how they get the big fights is how much money, how many bums on seats they can do. That's the crap thing about boxing sometimes. You have the best boxer in the world, But if you can't put the bums on the seats, then then you
Like
don't get to see them in the good fights. Yeah.
Chisora, you could argue, right? And you could argue, this is probably a bit unfair, but Chisora's like pretty much a little bit washed up, right? His best years are behind him, right? 41 years of age. Still massive ticket seller because he's entertaining.
Yeah.
You never know what he's fucking gonna say. Tables
Dude.
flipping over, chatting shit, wearing a Donald Trump hat. Fuck it, God knows what he's gonna. He don't even know what he's gonna, let alone us. So, but
and whenever he's in the ring, he always swings that. Even now he's old and he can't even he's not Waterzora anymore. He's like War, have a cup of tea, then go again. Chisora.
Yeah.
He fights in spurts. He's in them 20-second bursts in the rounds that he's giving it his all. That's exciting.
Fighting in his slippers now, isn't he? Fighting in his slipper, taking rounds off.
Yeah. But I hope the Liverpool guys really get behind him and he gets that Vargas fight. That's what we want next for really. Vargas rematch or another unification. And support Nick Ball. Come on, people. We want to see him in a big fight.
Great fighter, particularly at the smaller weights, where we don't have enough. We've got the Lee Woods as well, and he's a really exciting fighter for one of the smaller guys. So, I'm really interested in his.
But the good thing is, Turkey Al-Sheikh is a saving grace because Turkey Al-Sheikh likes him. He's had him on his show, and I guarantee that Turkey Al-Sheikh, because he's a boxing fan, will put him in some good fights. 100%.
Absolutely. Amen to that, Chris. Amen to that.
That's it. Right. Boxing Bros UK. Like and subscribe. Peace.
Cheers.